Okay, so we are now live. Yeah, members, you're welcome. This is cohort 3 of the Edify e-learning training. We started these trainings that was in August, and the trainings have been going on. This is the third time we are having this training. I'm not going to spend a lot of time. I'm just going to use this image here to talk about what we are going to be having, and then we shall be getting back. We shall be starting immediately. Okay, so this is our schedule for this particular training. We are having today is Thursday, 7th October. We are going to be having 2 sessions every day. In the morning at 8 for only 1 hour. By 9 we should be through, but we are going to be leaving you with work that you can do throughout the day. We shall be giving you an assignment that you can do. That assignment is what will actually teach you. We may give you some reference material, maybe a tutorial or additional document for you to read, so that you can be able to practice. So then we shall come back at 8, again briefly, to wrap up between 8. The reason why I put them at the extreme end is because of the feedback we were getting from the teachers from cohort 1 and cohort 2, who said that many had started doing some work in different places. So during the day, they are not able to be on. Others have started their own lessons, and so they are engaged. So we said if we have 1 session in the morning, early morning, then from there, we leave you to do whatever you are doing, then we come back in the evening to wrap up. Yeah, so that's why we are having this time, is because of the feedback from you. Yeah, so this project is organized by Edify Uganda. Edify Uganda is an organization whose mission is to promote Christ-centered education globally. And the Edify has a number of partner schools in Uganda. It supports the schools in many ways, and it provides trainings, business trainings, discipleship trainings for teachers, and also education technology trainings like what we are having right now. It provides trainings. It also provides loans to the schools and make sure that the schools can be able to run. Yeah, the schools which are supported partner schools, so they register. There is a form we are going to be sharing with you. That schools are supposed to fill in to become partners. So we are going to be sharing with you more details about that and how your school can become a partner school. Many of the teachers on the call here are already from partner schools whom we contacted for this particular training. There could be other teachers who have joined us who are not yet from partner schools. We shall be sharing with you how you can become a partner school with Edify so that you can get support and you can be part of these particular programs. We also have the Christian School Owners Association, and this is an association that brings together school owners, Christian schools from all parts of the country, and they have been working. Edify actually has been working with them as a key partner on most of the programs that they do. They make sure that the schools are running well, they are compliant, and they share the experiences, the challenges that will be around. During this period, I've been seeing them distributing some materials to schools. Yeah, so the Christian School Owners Association is also the other organization under this kind of program. The leaders of these organizations are going to be coming. They will be joining us during this particular training to share with us more about how we can be part of the various activities which are ongoing. We also have the ICT Teachers Association of Uganda, and we are the people whom we are going to be interacting with most because we are the implementers of this particular training here. Yeah, so of course we are doing it being mobilized by the Christian School Organization and Edify, but we are the ones who are doing the technical bit here on Zoom, on the slide, training you with these technologies that we have lined up here. The ICT Teachers Association of Uganda has since 2017 connected teachers of ICT. Right now, our database, we have over 1,500 teachers of ICT from all parts of the country. We normally have workshops and trainings for teachers, and these trainings have been going on for the past 3 years. And we also encourage our teachers, our members, to always move with the trends, learn the new technologies which are coming up, be able to support their schools, and make sure that our motto is together against computer illiteracy. So we are very, very, very passionate at passing on skills to other teachers, ICT skills, so that they can be able to do their work. And also ICT integration. ICT integration is teaching with ICT, not necessarily teaching ICT, but teaching with ICT. So whether you're teaching history, mathematics, whatever, can you teach it with ICT so that you get enhanced learning, teaching and learning experience for learners. Okay, so I think that is enough for the introductions. Because we have less time, we want to go straight. This is our schedule. Today we are looking at slides. We are looking at slides. Slides, that is content creation, is a key application. Creating presentation is very vital when you are going to be doing e-learning, because that is your new blackboard. Yeah, so we shall be looking at slides today. Then tomorrow we shall be looking at creating videos. Yeah, videos, making videos where learners can be able to see you, your audio and your video, and they see your content, and also uploading them to YouTube so that learners can easily access the videos. Otherwise, if you just have them on your computer, sending them would be hard. But if you have on YouTube, you just send a link and the learners can watch. Then we have Google collaboration tools. You don't have to do this alone. You can do this together with other teachers, and they have a number of tools which enable that. You can be able to work on the same document together. You can send emails. You can be able to share the content, store things on Google Drive. So there are a lot of tools that we are going to be talking about in Google collaboration tools on Monday. Then on Tuesday, we shall look at Zoom, which we are using now. How do you, for you right now, you are participants, but how do you become the person in the driver's seat? So we shall be looking at Zoom. How do you be, as a teacher or as an administrator, how do you set up Zoom to make sure that the lessons are moving on well and there is no interruption and everything is moving? So using the Zoom controls and everything. We shall look at Google Classroom. Google Classroom is like the learning management software system. Many schools have been using WhatsApp for interacting with the learners, but WhatsApp has its own challenges. Yeah, so WhatsApp was not made for learning. It was meant for chatting. Google Classroom was made for the classroom, for learning. And you will first use this as a student. Right now, there is already an assignment which has been posted. The facilitator will be showing us on Google Classroom. So from day one, learn how to use it. And then on Wednesday, you learn how to create your own classroom and manage it and manage the students. Then finally, we shall wrap up on Thursday with e-learning tips and strategies in general. Driving from the experience that we are having, we are also running online lessons for learners. So we shall be giving some tips from that experience to make sure that you are doing your work in a good way. Oh, thank you very much. That is all. That is all I wanted to say right now. Okay, so Henry, please, you can share your screen. We shall get the. We shall let us dive, since we have only 1 hour. Henry, you can share your screen and you start the session. We shall have more. Yes.
As Henry shares the screen, please share the attendance list so that participants can attend, can register their attendance to help with the planning.
Okay, so it's okay. I'm going to share the list. The link.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Okay. Okay, Sechito Henry by names. I'm an ICT teacher from Machinde Secondary School, Vienna High School, Kavoa, and I'm actually going to be your facilitator for today in the content creation. So we're going to be seeing how we can create a presentation and finally deliver it to our learners through the online. Yes,
Henry,
please.
just an interruption. Yes, I forgot to have a prayer. It's always good to have a prayer. So on this slide, actually, when I saw this slide, it reminded me. Yeah, so whenever we push out this slide, we have a prayer, then the introduction you do it on the next slide where you have your picture and your name. So let us have someone to give us a prayer at this stage, then we can proceed. Let us maybe we can get a participant. Joel Elliott.
All right, let us pray. Fine and gracious Father in heaven, but we want to thank you for this morning. Don't thank you for bringing us to this platform. As ICT teachers, we are here to learn how best can reach our learners and how we can enhance better learning, especially with this pandemic. Don't call upon your guidance to be with us. Guide everyone is here, our facilitators too. Really, we end this program well.
Amen. Okay, Henry, you can proceed.
Okay, good morning, members. Sechito Henry by names, but you'll only be hearing me here as Henry the computer guy. I'm an ICT teacher from Machinde Secondary School, Vienna High School, Kavoa, and I'm going to be your facilitator for today. So we are going to be learning specifically how we can create the content that we are going to be delivering in our classes. Specifically, we shall be using some different applications like PowerPoint. So it is just very simple to learn, so long as you do some practice on your own. So let's begin right away. So what is our presentation software, first of all? First, presentation software is a computer software package we can use to show information, create information, normally in the form of slide shows. So the way you're seeing my screen here, I'm displaying this information in form of slide shows. So that means that I first of all created it using a software, for example, Microsoft PowerPoint. We can also use the Google Slides and others. So it is that software that can help us to create the content we want. Then afterwards, we use the slide shows and display it to the audience that we are teaching. So before we go any further, we have to know some of the terms we are going to be looking at. First of all, we have what we call a slide. When you're making a presentation, of course, you have to write something down. But where are you going to write that something down? It is specifically going to be the page you're going to be using. So onto this, the page where we create our content is the one we call a slide. So you're going to be hearing me talking of a slide, a slide, a slide. So a slide is specifically that page where we write our content. So slides can be of different formats, depending on exactly what you want to write down. But a slide specifically is a page where you're going to be putting your content. Then secondly, we have what we call a theme. There are many times when you create a presentation, when it is having a different look. So a theme specifically will define or determine the look of the entire presentation, the colors you're going to include there, the fonts you're going to use, and the overall format. So you're seeing this presentation is having some colors and it's having different fonts. So the theme will determine everything that is going to be on or in your presentation. So it determines the look. How is my presentation going to be looking? So that will be the theme. That means that we are going to be getting some different designs that will make our presentation attractive to the audience. So that will be acting as our theme. Then we have the animations. What are animations? The visual effects we always apply to either the images or the text. If you have ever seen someone presenting, but information moves along from, let's say, one direction to another, dropping from top to down. So those are specifically the ones we call the animations. They specifically attract the attention of the audience that you're presenting to. So those are animations. We can apply them to images. We can apply them to the text that we are writing down. Then another one is the transitions. You have been seeing these slides, let's say after one slide to another, it changes. It can change the direction. It can change the way it appears. So that is specifically the transition. The effect applied between the slides as one is going or as one is coming in. So that effect that occurs is what we call the transition. Then we have what we call the slideshow. Having done our presentation very well, that means that you have to deliver it to the audience. How are you going to deliver it? So those slides are going to be covering the entire screen for the audience to see. So that means that we will be using what we call a slideshow. Then we present our presentation as one slide comes in, as another comes in, as another comes in. So we shall use what we call a slideshow to display all our slides covering the entire screen for the audience to see. So this is not the design mode. It's like the presentation mode. After you designing the presentation very well, you have to start presenting it. So that means that we shall be able to select what we call the slideshow. And it is that view mode where the slides will cover your whole screen as you're seeing mine right now. So have you seen that movement? That movement, we've talked about that movement. As I'm going to the next slide, there's that effect that occurs. So we call that effect a transition. So that is the movement it has actually applied to our slide. So we have some of the softwares we are going to be using in the session. We can first of all use PowerPoint as we are going to be looking at it. You can also use Canva. For example, when you go to your internet, you can type there canva.com. So it will take you to that website and it can allow you to create better designs of presentations, and they are even stored there. You don't have to even store them somewhere else. They are stored online. Whenever you feel you want to use them, you can always visit the Canva. You'll be able to find your presentation there. So we also have these ones that are part of Google, and we use them as Google Slides. So they are part of the Google Workspace. Then we have another one, which is the all-in-one. You all have them on your phones, and they can as well work on a computer. That is what we call the Wps Office. It is even included with a PDF reader to create our presentation. But for us, we are going to specifically focus on on PowerPoint. Then others are going to be just trials. I'll be showing you how you can use them. Then it will be your time to get to know how you can actually get the best of them. So we are going to be having some breakaway session in groups and discuss some of the qualities of a good presentation. Then after, when we come back, we shall be looking specifically on how we can create these presentations. Mr. Rogers? Mr. Rogers?
Yes.
Yeah, can we have some breakaway session, discuss some few qualities of a good presentation?
Okay, yeah, to make the session interactive, I think we can have just 5 minutes. Meanwhile, you should be preparing to take us through the demo when we come back.
Okay.
You should be opening your PowerPoint, ready to create for us some slides. So members, what you are going to do, we are going to discuss what are the qualities of a good presentation. We are only going to have only 4 groups since we are 40, so only 10 people per group. I forgot to introduce the other facilitators. They are going to be our heads in the breakaway sessions. I want to give a chance to each facilitator to just greet 1 minute. Mr. Morut, are you there? Mr. Morut George?
Yes, I am around. Good morning, Rogers and the entire team and all the participants. I'm so happy that you managed to join this program, and I look forward to a better interaction with you during the training sessions. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Morut, thank you. You are going to be leader for group 1. Mr. Mukisa, are you there?
I am there. Good morning, everyone. My name is Godfrey Mukisa. I'm happy to be part of this, and I'm really waiting to support. Whoever I need support, I'll be there. I'm going to be one of the facilitators. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Mukisa, you're going to be a leader for group number 2. You're going to be leader for group number 2. Let us have Mr. Stephen Idumba.
Yes, good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be part of this, and I'm happy that you are all here for this cohort 3. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Dumba. Let us have Mr. Dumba. I hope you can stand. You've been in group 3. Mr. Ogisha Dennis.
Thank you. Good morning, colleagues. Thank you for heeding to this call. I'm very privileged to be part of this group, and I'm delighted to be forward to share with you later on something that will celebrate. I look forward to interacting with you freely. Have a good session. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. We also have Mr. Moses Kasa. He's also one of our admins here on Zoom. Mr. Moses. Okay, maybe he has already been speaking, so.
All right, thank you so much, Rogers. Sorry, I took host privilege as not co-host. Thank you so much for the opportunity. My name is Moses Kasa, and I'm so glad to be part of this. God bless you.
Okay, switch me back to host. I was actually opening the session like this. Switch me back to host so that I can open the session. So members, in the session, the group leaders are going to be, they are going to be just taking your notes. We already, one of the things we normally do is sometimes we do what? We create slides which are not good. So we are going to be looking at how we can create slides in a good way. So you join in a session. The group leaders, please join the room that you have told you, and then let us get able to start this. So the rooms are open. On your Zoom, you will see something like you'll see a room number. You touch it, you'll see some breakaway sessions, and there's room 1, room 2. You join any of those rooms. I'm also trying to allocate here members. So if you receive an invitation, you just join accordingly. We are going to discuss only 5 minutes, and then we come back. We shall be harmonizing what you have been discussing. Zoom helps us to have group discussions, which is a very important thing. And we should be able to use it accordingly. So I'm allocating the members. When you receive an invitation, you just join the room, and we shall be good to go. Henry, please, you remain with the, leave this. I think I'm going to share my screen this side.
Okay.
But you first leave the screen on.
Okay.
In the main, you remain in the main session, Henry.
Okay.
We also welcome teachers from URDT who have joined in. Shall be getting time for you people to introduce yourselves as well, especially in the evening session. So Henry, you have remained alone in the main session, isn't it? Yeah, now alone, people in the discussion. You remain here for me. Let me move around.
Okay.
Maybe, yeah. You just leave your presentation on. Because if you remove it, the live stream is still running, so it should show this.
Hello? I think a presentation shouldn't be, a slide shouldn't be congested.
Hello? Hello, members. Are you hearing well? Okay, let me mute someone who had an echo. I think the echo has gone. Okay, Mr. Mkisa.
Yes, please.
Please, you take on the discussion. We have a few minutes left.
We are using how many minutes?
We have a few minutes left. We're using 5 and already almost 2 are spent. So let members give some quick feedback and then we proceed.
Okay, just give us the qualities and I note them down. Quality is we should balance this, let's say.
Balance there.
Let's say.
The side of the slide. Can you please elaborate?
Pardon?
Can you please elaborate?
the slide. And also it should be
Thank you, Teacher Caesar. We have got your point. The font size should be reasonable enough to allow the audience. Let me have Teacher Elliot. Teacher Elliot, what is your view? What are some of the qualities of a good presentation? Again? Properly. Sorry, I can't hear from teacher. The teacher Emmanuel, we work on the qualities of the teacher. You, I believe it was problem network. Teacher Emmanuel, can you unmute? Teacher Emmanuel. Right, can I have Teacher Ronald? Now, Immaculate, I've heard from teacher here.
we have listed so far 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 qualities of a presentation. Jerome, do you want to give us another one?
I was trying to say that it should have short but very catchy statements, which can easily be understood and by the people you're presenting to. Short but catchy statements.
Henry, the teachers are coming back. I've told them to. We are closing. Are you there, Henry? Henry.
Yes, I'm there, Mr. Yes, I'm there.
They are coming back in the next 1 minute. So when they come back, you just pass through the other slides and you harmonize. Anyway, we may have to hear from them. Then you will harmonize afterwards, I think.
Okay.
For the mobile WPS, maybe you show the desktop. I'll show the phone. Eh?
Okay.
I'll show the WPS. So just create few slides and then proceed. Okay, I think all the members are back. Getting back. Yeah. All the members are back now. Okay, so let us hear from the groups quickly, and Henry is going to be harmonizing. Let us hear from the groups, either the group leader, or if you have a participant who was very active, you can give the participant a chance to tell us what you discussed, or you as a group leader, you can take us through. Group 1. I think there are some members who are still coming back. You're saying
We have given them 1 minute.
Eh?
It has showed me that it's giving them 1 minute. They're coming back.
Hey, they are coming back, I think, in 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Yeah. All should be back right now. Okay, the members are back. I think everyone is back now. Yeah, Mr. Morut.
Yes, please, Mr. Rogers.
How was the discussion in group number 1?
The discussion was fine. Members deliberated. They gave us some qualities of a good presentation. I would wish to outline them very fast since we do not have time. So,
go ahead.
Number one, members suggested that a good presentation should be, it shouldn't be so fast, like as in when you're applying effects like transitions, you should mind about the time that the slides take to move from one slide to another should be proper, such that the readers can be able to read the information very well, which is on the current slide before another one comes in. And then the content that you present on the slide shouldn't be congested. And then there should be proper choice of colors to avoid contrast issues where members, where the audience may not be in position to read some of the content or to see some of the content properly due to poor usage or poor usage of the colors. And then also the font size, you should use the right font size, which makes the text to be read easily by the audience. And then also, as you are making a presentation, you should ensure that there's a proper continuity or flow of information. Let's say from slide number 1 to slide number 2, there should be a proper flow of information, not having information which is supposed to be in slide number 2 appear in slide number 4. So we should avoid that mix-up of the flow of information.
Okay, thank you. Others will supplement. Let us get to group number 2. Was that Mr. Mukisa?
Yes, it was Mr. Mukisa. We almost looked at the same things, but we looked at the eye-catching letters. They should be bold, well-written. The colors not showing color should be dark, should not be shouting. The large fonts visible enough that you should add an animation to give it some life. Should not have many transitions. Should not have too many words, and should be attractive in terms of appearance. That's what we shared, the group.
Okay, thank you. Next group. Was it Mr. Stephen Dumba?
Yes, it was. We had a very good discussion, and I'll just outline because most of them, group 1 and group 2, as mentioned, they emphasized on the size of the font for legibility, and then the animations should be appropriate. In some presentations, you will have very many animations, and then in some, you will have as minimal as possible. So it depends on the group you're presenting to. And then the slides shouldn't be congested. Then we talked about using appropriate colors. In fact, one of the members went ahead and said it shouldn't exceed 3 colors. And then straightforward balancing the slide. A member talked about there are times when you write the content and you even exceed the slide, the size of the slide. So someone say that your text should be within that slide. However, what I want to add is that a good presentation, we are talking about the design, but we're not talking about the flow. The flow of the presentation you should have an introduction to an introductory slide, then the body, and then a good conclusion. All we're only talking about the content, but there is more to the qualities of a good slide than just appearance. How you present it also matters. So please have an introduction, perhaps a title slide, and then perhaps about you, the person who is presenting the slide, and then you have to conclude your slide properly. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Finally, let us hear from Mr. Dennis, group number 4.
All right, thank you. Coming the last is very bad. Our colleagues have mentioned most of the thing. However, I want to propose that content should be suitable. You should always add right content after planning very effectively. Another member proposed that the animation should be uniform. Both animation and transition should be uniform. Mix and make use of different. Then the other one about font size has been mentioned. The member suggested that the font used in the presentation should be very reasonable to allow the audience read even if they are at a distance. Those are basically majority of the other items have been mentioned. Those are tips for creating effective presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Now, members, because we want to end at exactly 9 and our time has gone, we are going to do this. We are going to show you, Henry is going to, I think what we are going to do, we are going to share with you some video of like 20 minutes, a tutorial showing you how to create a slide with the WPS Office and also with PowerPoint that you can do during the day. But for now, Henry, please just go through the presentation up the end and also show us the assignment and the Google Classroom. And then, yeah, we don't have time to create these slides within this time, but in the evening, in the recap, we shall do more there. But we are going to send a video which they can watch during the day and try to do the assignment. Yeah, so if we claim that we are going to do this demo here, we shall be deceiving ourselves because it will not be effective. Just go through the presentation and then after the assignment, and then we talk about Google Classroom and we wind up. Okay, Henry, over to you.
Okay, so this, for example, the presentation should be precise and concise. You should not include in some or too much text and content. So images that you're having have to be matching the topic. So if you are told you're talking about a market, you have to include images that are related to the market. So we have to use minimal text animation such that you can get the attention of the audience. Those are being said. So we also have to ensure that we don't include too much text in our slides and arrange your summary of text in bullet form. We can also use text enhancement such as bold, such that you can make some of the headings appear bold, or you put some italics, underline, such that they can also stand out on their own. So ensure that the text can easily be read against the background. That means that you're not supposed to put conflicting background with the text that you're including there, or clashing colors. Then you have to choose the styles which are good. The text styles and large enough for everyone to see them, even if they are at a far distance when they are visible. So we also have some of the design tips we have to consider. For example, the consistency throughout the design. So you have to use the same design throughout the presentation such that you don't confuse your audience or participants. So you have to put in some images or graphics wherever possible. So if you have them, then you have to include them into your presentation. The background and the text must not crash, or you have to put contrasting background and text colors. You're not supposed to overcrowd your slide. Space your items onto your slide. Then you can also remove the unnecessary information. If you don't need it, then don't include it there. So Mr. Rogers, we don't go to the demo?
No, don't go to the demo. First show the assignment.
Okay. So we have the assignment there, and it is telling us that use a presentation software and the internet to create awareness about COVID-19. And that means that you're going to be summarizing the different ways in which it is spread and how it can be prevented, some organizations that can be contacted in case someone is having COVID. So don't forget to include in the relevant graphics, better fonts, slide backgrounds, and some animations or transitions to make it attractive. Then you're going to be submitting that one via our Google Classroom.
Okay, so we are having around the 13 minutes. You can now just tell them how they will do this within like 8 minutes. Just show them some basics, how they will open the PowerPoint, how they will create a slide, and just within 80 minutes, just do that, and then we shall be wrapping up, showing them how they will submit. Yeah.
Okay. So this is our computer. We are going to come to what we call our start. So we'll be looking for what we call the programs. And when you come to the programs, you can choose the program you're going to use. I'm having Office 13. So I'll come onto Office 13, then I'll pick my PowerPoint, which is PowerPoint 2013. So you open it. By default, it will take you to that area. We have some of the templates we can use and modify, but for this case, we can use the blank one. And this is how it will be displayed. Remember, I talked of a slide. This is the slide, and it's the page that you're going to be using. And onto a slide, we have what we call the placeholders. These are the ones that are going to be holding your content. For example, they are telling you to click to add. For example, you want to add something here, you can add it there. So that means that we can add any, let's say, I can say Edify. So that is it. Then we can put some content here, the way we have included this one in the beginning. Whenever you want to get any other slide, for example, you've finished working on to this first slide, you can come to your new slide. Then when you come to new slide, you're going to pick any type of slide that you want to use, depending on the content you want to put there. If you want a Titan content, you come to the Titan content. You're going to make some of the, let's say, 2 content. This side you put something, this side you put something. So you pick the slide accordingly. For example, if I put 2 content or comparison, I can come and click on it. Of course, it will give me where I can put the title, where I can put another title here, then I can include my headings or my content. So when we come back to the first slide, we want to put, let's say, into our presentation, we want to put a design or a theme. We will come to the design. There are different designs we can get from here or themes we have. You go on selecting the one that you feel you want. For example, if I choose one here, it is going to change the look of my what? My presentation. That is specific on how you can put some. For the transitions, you go to the transitions. That means that it's going to be that change or that effect that occurs as the slide changes to another slide. So we can come to slide 1. We pick, for example, if it is the beginning, I can use the curtain. So that is how it will appear. You're beginning. So as it is going to another slide, so it will change accordingly. Let's say I come to slide 2, I give it another. I'll choose any. If I do that, that is how it will appear. Then when I need some animations, I'll come to the animation. For example, I have Edify here. I'll select it first of all. Anything that you want to apply an effect to, you have to select it. So I'll select my Edify, then I'll come, let's say I need something like a float in. So it will give it the animation. So there are many here and of different formats. We have the interest, the emphasis, the exit, even the motion. So it depends on exactly what you want to put there. So it will appear the way you have chosen that. You can also go to this. You also do the same like that. You pick anything or any animation of your choice. So now, how do we save our presentation? We shall come to what we call the file, then come and click either the save or the save as. Remember, you have to retain that presentation so that you can use it the next day. So you have to save the presentation. So let me click on save as. Then they will ask me exactly where I want to save my presentation. I'm going to browse for our location. I'll click on browse, then I'll select desktop. For example, if I always access it, or any other location you feel you want. Then I will give it a name, for example, Edify. Then I will command save it. So when I minimize this, my Edify has been saved onto my desktop. So that means that whenever you feel you want to add something else, you'll come to your location or to your work where you saved it, then add something else. When we come back here, we talked about what we call the slideshow. Having finished the creation of our presentation, we want to present it to the audience, then we can come to what we call the slideshow. Then we can start the playing just like that. Then it starts like that. It brings our Edify just like that. So it depends on the content that you have put there and the animations that you have included, just like that. I think that is enough, Mr. Rogers. Mr. Rogers?
Yes, thank you very much, Henry. Maybe something that I want to show people here is that members, we are having are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, just a second here. Let me share the entire screen. So we are having Henry, the computer guy here, has been creating a number of tutorials, and we have a tutorial that he has already created for us. So the 1 hour that we are having is not enough, but we are going to send you. So there is a tutorial here about using WPS. I know many of the members are using phones. Yeah, so there's a video here. We are going to show it to you. We are going to send you on the whatever. We want you to follow, and you try to create this video using your phone. Yeah, using your phone as well. Those who don't have PowerPoint. Yeah, so we have a tutorial here. It is only 30 minutes, but during the day you can watch it, and you'll be able to do the assignment that is being given. Yeah, so we are also in the WhatsApp group. We are going. So this is I also want to show you the Google Classroom. How you are going to join the Google Classroom. There is already an assignment which has been uploaded for us, even in the slides. Yeah, so there's an assignment here which you are going to do. It is already on the Google Classroom. And after you have done, you'll be able to submit it. So we are in the WhatsApp group. We are going to be guiding you throughout the day. So the training session is only 1 hour, but it is the whole day because we are there on WhatsApp, ready to guide you. So we are sending you the tutorial to watch, a detailed tutorial on how to create the slides using a phone and also using a computer in detail. And then after that, you are going to submit it through this Google Classroom. So how do you join the Google Classroom? So to join the Google Classroom, you'll go to Google. You go to Google and you type for, okay, you first log into your email. Yeah. So you search for Gmail. You have to first log into your email. So you search for Gmail. And those of you who are having phones, you will have to download it. Just download an app. Already you are logged into your Gmail. So you log into Gmail, and then at the top here, you'll see somewhere where there is this Google Launcher. You'll be able to see Google Classroom. And when you click on that, you should be able to join the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom is where you are going to find the slides, the notes, and everything that we shall be giving you. So you click on a plus at the top here, and then you say join class. So join class, and then you'll put in the class code. Anyone who knows the class code, who can read for me? Our class code for this particular Google Classroom is VMUJXHZ. That is it. So once you say join, it will take you into that particular Google Classroom for cohort 3. Yeah, so don't worry if the process has been, you have not understood it, we are there to help you throughout the day on WhatsApp. So when you join there, you'll be able to find where there is classwork, and then your presentation which you have created, you'll be able to submit it. So you click on that, view assignment, and then from there, you'll come and you click on add work, and then you say file. So this process which I'm showing you, we are going to be showing you the same process throughout the week. So by the time the week ends, so you come and you upload, you upload your presentation which you have created, if it is this one on the desktop, and you upload it like that. So this is something that we want you to learn from the day one, and because it's the same thing you are going to be guiding your learners to do in e-learning, Google Classroom. So yeah, so create the slides, create just a few slides about COVID, and then you submit them. In the evening, when we come back, we shall look at some of your presentations. So you click on hand in. So we shall look at some of your presentations and we critique them and we see whether you have done good work or you have not done a good work. In case you have any problem during the day, please, we are available to help you. Now we have an attendance sheet that we want you to fill in. We are also going to share the link. I'm sharing it in the chat right now. You fill in that and you also put your email. We shall be sending you some materials. So you fill in, you just choose the session that you have attended, like this one, I'm getting slides. And then you say you have attended, your name, and then any feedback where we need to help you. So I've sent the link, you just touch that link. Certificates are going to be given. Fred Gumas is asking whether there will be certificates. Certificates are going to be given to people who will do all the assignments. So please, you fill in the form, but also do the assignments. The assignment, every day we shall be giving an assignment that you do during the day, and we shall be marking you at around 8. We shall be looking at your work and even making sure that you are marked. So certificates are going to be given to people who will do the assignments. If you don't do the assignments, then there will be no certificate for you. The WhatsApp group is for cohort 3, but if you're in cohort 2 and you didn't get a certificate, just remain in cohort 2. We shall still share with you the links there. We have a new WhatsApp group for cohort 3, which we have created. Okay, I think members, if there are no other questions, our time is up. I'm not seeing any more questions there. I want to wrap up this particular session by thanking you members for attending. I know you have a lot of work you are going to do during the day, so we don't want to keep you waiting. Let us try to do the assignment and meet at 8 to wrap up on presentations. Thank you.